Alrighty, how's it going, everybody? This video is going to be a demonstration on how to use novaLCT, because not all the time you can configure your LED video wall with just the controller alone. In this case, if you look at this photo right here, we are going to be demonstrating how to map out and configure a 20-foot wide by 6.5 foot tall LED video wall in a P26 pixel pitch model. So this is going to consist of 24 panels. You have 12 right here across on the top and 12 across here on the bottom, obviously too high. 12 times 2, if my math is mathing correctly, that will be 24. So let's get started. So we're going to open up novaLCT. novaLCT is the software used for NovaStar processor, and NovaStar receiver. So in this exercise, we're just going to show you guys how to do it. So what you want to first do is user, select user. First, you want to download this from the novaLCT software on the website. Download that on their website. Download the most latest version. You'll be good to go. So usually, if you have this connected to your LED wall, you're going to select this right here, which is advanced user login. But in this case, I am just doing a demonstration login, and password will always be admin. I am not connected to an LED wall just yet, so I'll have to use the demo mode. So when you connect to an LED screen and you see control system right here, it's going to show 1 right where the cursor is at. That's going to show that it's it's going to indicate that you are actually connected to an LED wall and you are ready to go. So after you're connected, you want to go to screen configuration right here. Go ahead and select that. Cloud Restore will populate. It'll always be China, and select next. And once you go into the screen configuration mode, you're going to go to screen connection right here on this third tab. It just saved whatever I did before, so we're going to go ahead and reset all. It's going to start you off with 1 by 1, if you see that. So that's that. So this is basically just one. It's showing 1 panel. So what we're going to do in this scenario is we have 12 columns left to right, as I mentioned, and then we have 2 rows going up and down. So now let's go ahead and make that bigger. So now you have the whole screen right here. This is what your whole screen is indicating. That's what this is. Again, this guy, that's what this is. All right, so that's what this is. We just drew that out on LCT. Now we go back on LCT and we go back to mapping it. Go back to the screen configuration. Next. So again, let's do that again. 12 columns by 2 rows. So that's what you have here. Again, this is a P26. So what we're going to do is put the parameters of a P26. If I'm not mistaken, the width resolutions is 192 and the height will be 384. So the way I have this set up, how I would set it up on the controller, is using 4 ports, because mainly each port can handle about 650,000 resolution. So you don't want to make that too big. What you want to do is divide however many pixels you have into 4 evenly. So in this case, we're going to be using 4 ports. So we're going to start with port 1, and how I would do it is the first top left would be 6 to 1. So you take your cursor and you drag from 6 to 1, just like that, and then you remove yourself from the mouse or the cursor, and that would be your port 1. And then you're going to repeat the same thing with port 2, 3, and 4. So now we're going to do port 2, and we're going to go from 12 to 7. All right, and then we're going to do the same thing with port 3, and you're going to go from 6 to 1. And then you're going to select port 4, and then you're going to go from 12 to 7. And that essentially is it as far as mapping out. And then you want to go here to the quick connection guide down on the corner here on the left. Whichever way you've got it. In this case, I would go from right to left. So that would be this guy right here, right to left. And then it's going downwards as well. So if you can see that right there, it's going right to left, going down, and then going back to the right. That's the configuration and how I would have the screen mapped out with the ports. So now you're dividing the ports into 4, which essentially gives you about, if I'll do the math, I'll put the map up here on how many that would be per port. So that's what that would be. And then you follow back to the screen here. After you're done setting this all up, after you've got the receiving card height, the resolutions right there, you've gotten all the receiving Ethernet ports all done and all this. The last thing to do is select this very bottom on the right is send to hardware. And then once you press OK, it'll be sending to the hardware just like you see there. And if you successfully enter, you're connected together with the screen, your laptop, and the controller, you simply send to hardware, and that'll automatically send to your hardware. It'll display a successfully sent to your hardware, and then saving information just so you see right there. So this last one will be saved to your hardware automatically. So whichever your last configuration LCT is, that's what your hardware, your controller will have. Okay, and once you bind that, you are good to go. You should be able to look at your screen. You can save this on your desktop. There you go. So once you've done all those steps, it's quite simple. As long as you map out correctly the following step that you did on this screen right here, you should be good to go. You should be able to look at your screen. If it's if it's similar or same 20 by 6.5, you'll be able to do this kind of configuration with these steps. So hopefully that helps. If you guys have any questions, comment down below. Give me a holler. I'll be more than happy to try and help you map out your screen. We've done even more complex screens where it's 108 panels, where we've used coax instead of LCT. Coax is just another version, another software for NovaStar, which helps configures more complex and more larger scale LED screens. So hopefully that was that helped you guys as far as setting up something similar to this size. And if you can't use your controller to configure, these would be the steps you take. So hopefully that helps you guys. If you guys have any questions, give us a holler. We'll make sure you take care of it. Catch you guys in the next one.